All right, so I'm now 24 years old. That's crazy, bro. This is going to be a personal journal entry to my future self and my younger self. If you don't fuck with that, go ahead and click off. See you in the next one. If you do, you might find some lessons that might help you because I'm literally talking to me when I was just a little bit more stupid. I feel like I changed so much year to year, bro. Like, if you just go back and look at like the old, like the ones that I labeled 22 dot, 23 dot, I feel like I look like a completely different person, but maybe that's just me being egotistical or like self-centered or whatever the fuck. But the first thing I'm gonna do is talk to the 23-year-old version of myself, because I'm 24 now. So me last year. Here are the lessons that I've learned in another year of life and another year of almost dying constantly. It seems like every fucking year there's stories of me almost dying somehow or another, and like I get reminded of the fact that I only have so much life left to live. Actually, dude, how much life have I got left? All right, I've got 20,440 days left of life to live, assuming 80 years. Constantly remind yourself of death, bro. Because when you do, you realize to not live for other people. And that's the only way that I was able to stop living for my parents and for the opinions of others around me. Is just to realize it's not going to fucking matter. You're going to die in 100 years. Less than 100 years. And everyone that you know and love is also going to be dead, and no one's going to remember you. The only thing that matters is that you are doing something, one, that you're proud of right now and that you enjoy doing, that you wake up and you're like every single day, you're like, holy shit, I'm living life. But two is the fact that you're doing something that's going to make a difference, make some kind of a mark, change the world in some kind of way that you want. And those are kind of the lessons that I took from last year. So look at 23. Now that we're caught up, now that we're conversational, the very first thing that you have to learn is that you are a leader now. With the position that you've taken on and with the way that you want to live your life, you are a leader. You have to act like it. Because the more that you try and take on this position of being someone who guides people in life and on YouTube, right? I'm not just talking about YouTube. I'm talking about in life too. The more that you try and take on this position of being someone better, being someone bigger, the more that you have to realize that there are other people looking to you. So you have to act like it. You have to start to develop the skill of leadership. You have to start acting like a leader because of the personality, the person that you are becoming. The very first way that you're going to do that is by genuinely thinking deeply about who it is that you are, what kind of person you want to be. Because if you don't know that, bro, how are you going to operate in the world that is constantly changing? You have to have this sense of this is who I am, of this is the kind of person, the kind of values that I stand for. Otherwise, you are going to start living for other people. You are not going to be able to lead people. You're going to try and you're going to fail over and over again. You're going to keep banging your head against a wall when you really don't need to. Part of being a leader is being decisive. You have to start making a decision and doing it fast, because decisiveness, not only does it allow you to strike while the iron is hot, for you to grab opportunity, for you to grab life by the balls, but also on top of that, decisiveness kills fear. Everything that you were afraid of. You can look at this in the recent things that you've been doing, right? This Raw series where you're recording in public, where you're recording in a mall walking around, where you're asking for strangers' opinions on shit. You're purposefully getting out of your comfort zone so that you can be a better content creator. The only way that you are able to do that is if every single day, whenever you go out to record, it doesn't matter what you feel. You just go fucking do it. It doesn't matter if you are scared. It doesn't matter if you feel uncomfortable presenting yourself in this way. You just fucking do it. The more that you just fucking do it, the more that you kill fear, the more that you strike it in the fucking backbone before it has any chance to take over the rest of your life. The better and the better that you get at that, at this skill of being decisive, the better you get at killing fear, and the more fearless you become. And for becoming a charismatic leader, that is one trait you have to have. As a leader and as an entrepreneur, you have to become fearless. The next part of being a leader now is if you have problems in any relationship that you are in, it's on you to fix it. You saw this a lot in your relationship with your dad, in your relationships with the girls that you were seeing, with your even friendships, bro. People that you thought were friends that turned out to be not so much. If you have a problem in a relationship, it's not on them to fix it. It's on you to bring it up. It's on you to do that. If you feel like you're not as close with your dad as you'd like to be. It's on you to bridge that gap. If you feel like your friends aren't supporting you in the way that you'd like, it's on you to let them know. Because whether it works out or not, at least you fucking tried. You've done your part. That's what matters. That's what's going to let you sleep at night. That's what's going to get you the relationships that you actually want out of life. Because you can either think, oh, this person's not for me, and let them go. Or you can invest and put the real work that you need to put into a relationship, into it, without just like putting shit off until the next time that it feels quote unquote comfortable to do. Last thing you have to do is you have to lead from the front, especially with the people that you are leading in real life and in content creation. You can never preach something or try and lead people through something without putting yourself first. You saw this whenever you were first trying to become a leader when you were in Italy, right? You first had the idea of, I'm going to start leading the people around me. And so whenever the time came to drive the boat, you'd never driven a boat before, right? Okay, for for the people who don't know this story, I think I've told it maybe once or twice, but we went to Italy, we were going to rent a boat out. No one had driven a boat in our friend group before. So I was like, this is when I was trying to become more of a leader. I was like, yeah, I'll do it. I'll drive the boat. No one else has done it before. Might as well be me that screws it up. And I did it. And did I screw it up? Yeah. Yeah, I did kind of push it forward into the dock a little bit instead of going in reverse at first. But after that little hiccup, I learned how to drive a boat, and I was the guy who took fear by the fucking balls and said, not me. I'm going to make this shit happen. That is leading from the front. You have to be the first person to do the scary shit that no one else wants to do. Because when people see that you do it and that it's easy for you, quote unquote easy, you make it look easy, right? Secretive leadership right there. They become inspired to do it themselves. And that is how you create real change in people. The second biggest lesson is it all starts with your beliefs, bro. You've been hitting your head against a wall for years at a time. Months, really, with content creation specifically, is what I'm thinking of. But years at a time with other things, with social skills, with actually trying to put yourself out there. Bless you, Dad, if you could hear that. It all starts with your beliefs, because you're never going to get anything else out of life. You're never going to get more out of life than you think that you deserve. And what you think you deserve is simply a matter of what's in your mind. Because everything, the entire world around you, is just a symptom of your own mind. It's your perception. It's what you are taking in through your five senses. And it is extremely dependent on what you believe is reality. If you believe that all of your friends hate you, they probably are going to, because you're going to act in a way that confirms that. If you believe that there are so many people out there who want to be your friend, who want to be led by you, who want to be an amazing part of your life, you're going to find them. Those people are going to come. And it's not for no goddamn reason. It's because belief leads to action, which leads to result, which leads to feedback. And this feedback further confirms your belief, right? Because you believe that you are a charismatic leader, you start to act like one. And you get the results of being one. And then you get the feedback from those results telling you, oh, you really are this charismatic leader. But first, you have to believe it. You have to believe that you deserve the best things out of life, and not just because you're deserving, quote unquote, because you deserve shit, but because you take the actions to fucking deserve it, right? You act more than anyone else. You eat pain more than anyone else. Some cringe-ass David Goggins shit, I know, but it's true. Next, you have to never half believe whenever you are going into something, right? The only way you're going to achieve something big, which you want, don't be fucking real with me, bro. It is what you want, to achieve something greater than what most people ever think of. Maybe it's me being narcissistic, but I genuinely believe that I can do it. And anyone can fucking do it if they put their mind to it and they really want it more than anyone else. Nietzsche said, he who has a why can bear almost any how. You have to genuinely fully believe in your why and full send with everything that you do. Because if you aren't full send in whatever it is, it's going to fail because you're thinking, well, I'm not going to try hard enough to actually make it work. In the back of your mind, right? Subconscious type shit. If you don't fully try, it means that it's not on you, right? It's not a character flaw. It's not because you couldn't do it. It's because you just didn't try hard enough. Fuck that, bro. 100% full send. Because no one else is willing to do that shit. That's the only way you're going to get success or learn right? Because it's okay to fail and learn. But the only way that you're going to come to that juncture of failure or success is if you fully try. Next is your baseline has to be your minimum standard, because we do not rise to the levels of our goals, but we fall to the level of our standards. So with your beliefs, you have to set the belief that you are just the kind of person who naturally makes things happen. That it's your minimum standard to be charismatic. It's your minimum standard to just talk to the strangers, to the people around you. It's your minimum standard to just do well in content creation, right? Because you will fight like hell not to breach those standards. So set minimum standards. Lastly, you have these vision for these grand things that you're going to do. Be absolutely concrete in your vision and be adaptable in the way that you get there, in your plan to get there, because some plans won't work. It doesn't mean that your goal is wrong. It only means that you have to find another way to get there. Keep that in mind, bro, because whenever you feel like giving up, just know that it's not you, it's not the goal, it is the plan. Just change the plan. Okay, Luke at 25. First of all, I hope you're continuing to look sexy. Bro, I feel like I've been just consistently improving my sexiness and strength, and I'm really proud of that fact. Not just to be like, oh, go Luke, but like, if you genuinely work to do something and you achieve some shit, pat yourself on the back, bro, because you actually worked for it. And the more that we're in this society, in this culture of thinking, oh, I could never congratulate myself, I have to always be humble, the less that you actually want to strive for greatness, because you never feel good about yourself, right? And don't be this arrogant motherfucker all the time, but like, congratulate yourself, bro. If you really work for something and you achieve it, don't be shy about that. Luke at 25, I hope you continue being sexy. First and foremost. Always continue being sexy, bro. Second, continue developing as a leader, because you have not reached this end point, right? You are still fucking baby steps when it comes to leader. And even just from the way that you were speaking in the past 2 years, because I went back and watched the past 2 years of videos, 22, 23, and now 24. Even just in the way that you speak, you can tell that you're developing leadership. Continue doing this. Because these upper rings of success that you want to reach are only going to be available to you whenever you max out this skill of leadership as much as you possibly can. John C. Maxwell in the 21 Irrefutable Laws of Leadership nails in this fact that you can do as well as you can productivity-wise, and you can get better and better and better, more success in life in a job, but it only multiplies. You start to get more area, right? More success. Basically, your success is multiplied whenever you are able to develop your leadership skill, because now you not only have your own productivity, you have the productivity and help and guidance of other people too. Because you can't do it alone, bro. So stop fucking trying. You have to lead. You have to ask for help. You have to get the mentorship, the guidance that you need. So seek it. And don't be afraid to let people know that you need guidance and mentorship. And don't be afraid to guide and lead and mentor others. This is the whole part of the journey, bro. You are constantly going to be learning and evolving and adapting. You have to continue developing these high-level skills. So continue developing as a leader. Next, Luke at 25. Balance your imbalance. Because if there's anything that's happened this year in particular, it's the fact that you have really gone all fucking in. Monk mode type shit where you were just dialed the fuck in. And it's been great, but you've been on the edge, on the verge of burnout multiple times. And honestly, I'm even feeling a little bit burnt out right now. Doubled my fucking upload schedule, bro, and try to be more social at the same time. That was bold. That was fucking bold, bro. But more and more you are learning where your limit is, where your edge is. And you have to, of course, continue to be completely imbalanced. Living life in balance is a complete fucking lie, because people who are balanced don't achieve shit. Every successful person has focused doggedly and completely imbalanced their lives to terrible, awful degrees of like sacrificing their health, their relationships, to be able to achieve the success that you want. And while you have to do that from time to time, you also have to balance the imbalance so you don't get burnt out permanently, or at least for like 6 months at a time, right? Because you've done that before. You have to balance your imbalance so that you take rest periods just the same as an athlete, where you are way up here in the amount of shit that you're doing, And then there's a season of time wherever you take it down a notch. And you're not like being a fucking fiend, but, you know, let yourself have a cheat meal. Let yourself be a bit more, have more time to relax and purposefully put things that genuinely give healing in your life to you. Make sure that those become more of a priority than they have been in the past. Whenever you are able to balance your imbalance, dude, that's how you get this steady line of just effort, right? You're not having these dips anymore. None of that shit. Because whenever you have this steady line of effort and consistency, that's when your graph of success doesn't just look like this. It looks like fucking that exponential, bro. Success is exponential. I love that little sticky note. Never taking that shit down. But yeah, bro, continue being sexy. Happy birthday, Luke. And I love you, bro. You're doing fucking amazing. Keep doing fucking amazing. I know you're going to continue to sacrifice and be this amazing version of yourself because there's no other way of living for you. So keep up the amazing work, bro. I love you, and yeah, have an amazing year.